I believe I'm live. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Test 1, 2, 3. My phone just got a prompt from YouTube saying I'm live. YouTube. What's up, guys? Gals. Early. Yeah, 2 minutes early because I was late like 3 minutes on Friday? Welcome everybody. Stop Motion Dan, Burj Khalifa Geographer, Sunnyflower, That Yugoslav Fan, Real Neptunes, Socials Mango Tree, Sam2, Magic Luck, Karma, One Awesome. Did I miss anyone? SC Julius. Welcome back, everybody. Red Halo, hello. So, little bit of news. Aaron has a comic drawing speedrun video that he's working on that should be released sometime this week. Oops. I'm going to draw some assets for Polandball News at some point. r/country sticks. Yes, I saw it. Why does YouTube put ads on live streams? We're a monetized channel now. We've been monetized for like a month and a half. You know, the idea is eventually, maybe, hopefully, someday, in the not too distant future, this could be like an actual sort of job for myself and my colleagues. But we're very, 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 very far from that. But that's my personal goal, is I would love to be a full-time artist. But you heard something about a community Discord, someone in chat made. Do you know where I could join? I don't know. We don't have like an official community Discord, at least for the channel. I think that would be something worth exploring at some point, though. I'll talk to the other guys about it. There's also one thing that I wanted to run by you guys. I was thinking of doing a video with maybe a couple of other artists where, let's say it's myself, Dick Rhino, and Aaron. And the video would be the three of us each drawing the exact same prompt to see what the end result, how it differs based on our art style. And then, so the video would have three different sections, right, as you're watching it. The three different artists using their various programs, seeing the drawing come together, and then the three of us would narrate that video as it was sort of finished, stitched together. I think that would be a cool idea, but I'm curious if you guys think that would be interesting. Country Six official. Doesn't seem like you guys are interested. No one answered. It only hurts a little bit. All right, well, I'm working on this Gaza comic. We're gonna finish this. I didn't want it to be too what's the word? Complicated. Too detailed. Country Six official. You guys are now a rival. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream, chat, so more people can find it. Help us help you. Aircone, welcome back. All right. So again, if you guys haven't seen the news, the U.S. started airdropping food and supplies into Gaza as part of a humanitarian effort. You just finished posting a comic for the subreddit? Nice. Okay, so this is... Let's do something like this for the... feel like the bow wasn't necessary, but I kind of like the bow on top of the burqa. I think it's funny. Okay, so this is just going to be a 3-panel comic. So this is the first panel, and I think it's done. Maybe we pull the text down a bit. Let's try this. Okay. So we got that. Wonder how the balls have children? Well, you see, when a mommy ball and a daddy ball really love each other, they roll around in the mud until a third ball just mysteriously appears. Poland, country official win. You bring good news from having finished Halo Reach campaign, and you're now suffering from mild depression. I watched like a playthrough of Halo Reach, and it was cool. The last Halo game like I actually played was Halo 2. I remember getting that like was it release day? Maybe it was release day back in, when did Halo 2 come out? It's like 2004. 2004, November 9th, 2004. That was the last Halo game I had actually bought and owned. I had played Halo 3 and Halo Reach. Oh, you know what? No, I have Halo Infinite because it's free to play, right? But I really like the... What's the word? The Halo universe is very interesting, mostly. There are some parts of it that I think are kind of hokey, but I watched a playthrough of Halo Reach and it was good. I liked it, but I haven't played it. Okay, let's do more background here. And then sand. Actually, you know what? I guess we should put some sky. I don't really want to put sky though. Or something like this. Let's try this. I'm gonna merge this. White. But yeah, I read the there were 3 novels that came out relatively early on, like in 2004, 2005. They were there was, God, let me look them up. First Strike was one of them, The Flood was one of them, and then there was a third one. The Flood was basically a novelization of the original Halo game, which I don't actually like the first Halo story. I don't like The Flood. I think that's the least interesting part of Halo. I think like the Covenant, like the war between humanity and the Covenant is the coolest part of Halo. Like humanity fighting and losing in existential war is like, that's like porn for me. I absolutely love like hopeless kinds of military sci-fi, you know? Like Battlestar Galactica was great, like the remade version, the 2003 version. So like the hopelessness that you feel in early Halo media is cool, but then it kind of like goes off the rails and it becomes very, what's the word? Like the Halo 4 story onward, where like you've got AI, like Cortana and shit being like the main threat, and then you've got this weird stuff with the Forerunners and humanity taking the mantle of responsibility or something, and like the Ark and all that stuff. I didn't care for that. I like the premise of the first 2 Halo games, maybe the third one as well. I didn't play the third game's campaign, but I generally know the synopsis. But that stuff was cool. If I have an Xbox, you can get the Master Chief Collection for free. It has Reach, Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, and ODST, and Halo 4. I actually have the Master Chief Collection on Steam. I played through the first game with a friend. All right, so we need to have this. These lines need to come out a little bit. This is for the parachute, right? But First Strike was good, and then I think Fall of Reach was one of the books. That book was great. That was like a genuinely good sci-fi novel. Let me look it up. Fall of Reach. Yeah. Halo Fall of Reach is a military science fiction novel by Eric Nyland set in the Halo universe and acts as a prelude to Halo Combat Evolved, the first game in the series. The book was released in October 2001, and it is the first Halo novel. Yep. Fall of Reach. This and First Strike, which I think the Fall of Reach is the first novel, The Flood is the second one, and The Flood is basically just a novelization of the game. And then First Strike takes place in between Halo 1 and Halo 2, I believe. I don't know if you guys care about me ranting about Halo, but someone set me off on Halo. I always guessed I'll tell. Okay. Need some text. Hashtag remember Reach. Heterodontosaurus. It's an interesting name. What was I saying? But yeah, Fall of Reach is a good sci-fi novel. Like, even if you don't like Halo, it's a good sci-fi novel. Also, I spent this weekend I finished one sci-fi novel that I think I told you guys about, and then I've been reading two novels. So I finished one of them yesterday. It's called Roadside Picnic. It's a Soviet-era sci-fi novel from like 1972. And if you guys have played the Stalker games, those games are based on this book, Roadside Picnic. I've never played the Stalker games, but I am familiar with them. I think they're made by a Ukrainian studio. And unfortunately, the war postponed the third game that they were working on. What are your thoughts on PWA? He's one of the more accurate country ball YouTubers. I don't know. I'm not sure who that is. Sorry, I have to respond to Dick Rhino. Sorry. Keyboard ASMR. What's the second largest subdivision in Russia? Siberia is probably largest, right? Second one? I don't know. Kamchatka? Krasnoyarsk? Yakutia is first. New news about Sri Lankan Airlines sale. The auction for Sri Lankan Air will be held on tomorrow or March 5th, your birthday. Oh, well, happy early birthday. Everybody give a happy early birthday to SP Gaming in the chat. My keyboard is loud. Yeah, I've got a mechanical keyboard. I like the clicky-clacky keyboards. Let's make this white text, and then we'll do a black border. Stroke. Let's do 2 pixel. Whoa, not 32. 2. Okay. Okay, and then let's draw a dialogue line. What am I drinking? You can hear the ice. I'm just drinking some shitty wine. I put ice in it because it's bad. It's a bad Chardonnay, but it was cheap, which is why I bought it. Nina Arajo, welcome. Surprising thing about Fall of Reach is that it took just over a month, which proves how strong the Covenant were and how much of a battle of the planet it was for both forces. Yeah. Super cool. Yeah, like, I really love the concept of the Covenant as being like a, you know, it's a hyper-religious organization, and it's an amalgamation of different alien species, some of which are not technologically advanced until they get pulled into the Covenant. Like, I think the Grunts, or the Jackals or something, were not a very sophisticated race, but the Covenant basically absorbed their entire species to use them as cannon fodder. Correct me if I'm wrong. You like Dead Space? I've never played Dead Space. I've never, like, a couple of games that I feel like I should have played, or at least be familiar with the story, are Dead Space and Mass Effect. I've never played those, but I don't really like single-player games. To me, gaming has always been like a social thing, so I play almost exclusively multiplayer games, like Counter-Strike. I was playing Counter-Strike last night, actually. Okay. I'm trying to think, should this be 2 or 3 panels? So the joke here is that they're going to crack open the food aid crate, and it's going to be like Doritos and Monster Energy drinks. You know, basically like inedible garbage. Luhansk and Donetsk are Ukrainian territory. Illegally occupied by Russia. Tech companies should make subdivision flag emojis. Unicode already has codes for them. Can you not do like a California flag? Can I do? I don't think there's an emoji for national flags in on YouTube chat. Is there? Gaza gamers. That's actually a good title for this. Oh god. Story modes are the best? No. So the thing is, like, don't get me wrong. Like, gaming is one of my biggest hobbies. I grew up playing video games. I am very much a gamer. And I recognize that video games are an art form, but I have yet to play a game that has the same emotional impact that I've gotten from a TV show, from a movie, or from a novel. Or a short story. I just don't think it's there yet. I don't know if it ever will be. I don't know. And I think that's also one of the reasons why a lot of like TV and film adaptations of video games are almost universally bad. Yeah, went from a geopolitics ranter to a gaming ranter. True, those are like the two things I care about most. And space. Space, geopolitics, and video games. Talk about all three of those things. So I like 1984. 1984 is a good book, but it's kind of... because it's one of those books that's so popular, everybody knows it, everybody's read it. It's sort of... I don't want to sort of understate its impact, but I feel like 1984 is just so culturally well known that it feels it's been diluted. You know? I don't know. I mean, it's a good book, but like I wouldn't say 1984 is like one of my favorite novels, you know? I like of those kind of dystopian sci-fi novels, I like what's the one? What is it called? It's the one with Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Yeah, Brave New World. That I liked. In high school, part of our required reading in like 11th and 12th grade were Brave New World in 1984, and I loved Brave New World. I think that's a fantastic book. Animal Farm is also very good. I've not read Men in the High Castle, but I did watch the Amazon series, and it was the first like season and a half were okay, but then it kind of sucked after that. But yeah, Brave New World is fantastic. That's one of my favorite novels. So good. 1984 is a sad book. True. Okay, so second panel, I think it's a close-up of their faces with like the food crate somewhat open, so you can tell that they're looking into it. And then the third panel will just be like the contents of the crate. In 1984 is meant to be sad. It's meant to show you the tragedy of dictatorship. Yeah, you're reading Art of War. I've never read The Art of War. That doesn't really seem like the... I don't know. I've never read it, so I can't really judge it, but it doesn't seem like light reading, you know? But anyway, I read Roadside Picnic. I didn't like it. So I was really disappointed with it, because I spent $20 on it, and I feel like it wasn't worth it. But it's considered one of like the best sci-fi novels, and certainly one of the best Soviet sci-fi novels. I didn't like it, you know? It has, like, the titular concept is super interesting, but they don't really expand on it, you know? It's like they introduce it about, I don't know, maybe like 150 pages into it, and it's only about like 200 pages long, so about 3/4 of the way through the book, you find out, like, the main purpose of the story. And it's a very, very interesting concept, but they don't expand on it. It's sort of just like, it's a very stereotypical sort of Russian literature where it just focuses on misery, lack of hope. It's very philosophical and high-minded, and I didn't like it. And it feels bad because generally, like, I don't like being that person who doesn't like something that's super popular, you know? Like, I'm not a contrarian. I don't take views that are, I don't take contrarian views for the sake of having contrarian views, right? Because I think that's not it's a cheap way of appearing more intelligent than you actually are. But I genuinely just did not like this book, and I feel bad about it. I don't know. Like, I watched a bunch of YouTube reviews before I bought it, of people talking about it. Like, I don't know if you guys are into BookTube at all, but I watched BookPilled, his channel. I watched like his top 10, his top 15 sci-fi, and he had Roadside Picnic as one of his top sci-fi novels, so I figured, why not read it? It's short, you know, while I figure out what else I want to read after that. And I just didn't like it. What's my favorite song? Ooh, I can give you my favorite artist. My favorite artist is Royksopp. They're a Norwegian electronic duo. They're like the Norwegian Daft Punk. My favorite song by them. I don't know if they have my favorite song. Oh, you know, it's a cool song. I wouldn't say it's my favorite song, but I was obsessed with this song in 2022. Like on Spotify, you know how you get your annual, like, this is everything we know about your music habits, right? What's it called? Beacon by Volcor X. I love that song. It is so cool. That's me typing in chat. Sorry. My favorite country ball? I really like drawing Israel. When you draw it properly, it's super cool because it's a 4-dimensional hypercube. Super Mario Brothers Wonder for Nintendo Switch is an absolute joy. I bought a Switch not long, maybe like a year after it came out. I bought it specifically for Smash, like right before Smash came out, and I've just never really played it, unfortunately. I don't have any friends who have a Switch, so it was essentially like I bought a console just to play by myself, and like I said earlier, I really only like multiplayer games, so it's a shame. I think Israel, I enjoy drawing. Sorry. I enjoy drawing Israel, but it takes a lot of time to draw it. But within Polandball, like the actual format, the medium, Poland is the best character because it's the most versatile. Poland is the everyman, you know? If you're putting a if you just need a random filler character that's not important to the plot line, you add Poland, and Poland is like Homer Simpson, you know? We need Country Ball Smash. That would be cool as hell. Okay, this is Gaza 1. This will be the male character. This is the female character. She'll be holding the baby. The baby will be like here, I want to say. Gaza baby. Zadok, hello. China recently introduced a stricter policy on Hong Kong and presumably Macau. Can't remember what they did, though. Yeah, I mean, Hong Kong and Macau they're lost, you know? They've been incorporated at this point. It's just a formality what China does to incorporate them further into the mainland. Your favorite song is probably either Got Your Number V2 or Caparina Ryu remix. You like fast songs that give you energy. All right, let's do eyes. So we have to do unimpressed eyes. No good. I didn't even do it on the right layer. How was everybody's weekend? 8 o'clock for me, 8 p.m. So I've still got a couple of hours before I have to start panicking about no longer having free time. No good. It's okay. I think the ball is a little bit too much of an egg. It's too pointy at the top. Gaza ball needs to be a line instead of being because it's a strip. I don't think that's officially canon, but you are allowed to draw Gaza as a Mobius strip. I have not done that. It's really hard to do, actually. It's like an MC Escher drawing. But I don't think it's official canon. Not yet. It's allowed, but it's not required. You know, it's like you can't draw Israel as a ball. That's forbidden. So it's pre-canon. All right, fixed, saved. Another set of eyes. I'm gonna have to draw the burqa on this character too, and it's gonna take a while, I feel like. I don't want to spend too much time on this panel because this is supposed to be a simple comic, and I feel like it's already getting too detailed. But if you haven't seen, I posted that Japan comic I made on the subreddit. I thought it would have done better than it actually did. But I posted it on a Saturday morning, US East Coast time. That's probably what impacted its popularity. But I thought that was a funny comic. Egg ball. These eyes are too far apart. I like this already. Need to fit the baby in the frame though. Why did Japan eat plutonium? Because Japan will eat anything. Michigan winters suck. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I would never consider living in the Midwest, is because it's cold as hell. We can add the baby last. Let's do... This is eyes 1. Let's fix eyes 1. I'm going to redo them so they're not as big. Say that, and then I just make an eye like as big as it was. That's good. It's just too slanted. Too steep of an angle. Okay, that's better. Okay, this eye needs to be brought a little bit closer. Baby Palestine get into cute. Yeah. Cute little baby. One of the things that I normally do when I draw a character as a child is I give them a little propeller beanie hat. Here, I can show you. Let me find this comic. I still haven't cleaned up my Polandball folders. I need to do that. Where is it? Right now in Texas, it's straight up spring. Why is the left ball's eyes all weird? One of them has a thicker outline than the other. Does it? I don't think they do. Oh, maybe they do. It doesn't... I don't know. I don't think so. Let's see. 6. Oh, yeah, you're right. Wow. Eagle-eyed chatter. Holy shit. You were able to notice a 1 pixel difference in thickness. The right eye is 5 pixel, the left eye is 6. Good catch. Absolutely crazy that you caught that. Why can't I erase this? Why can't I do anything to it? Oh, I have something else selected on that layer. Okay. Absolutely wild. Brussels is a vacation area. You mainly live in the US since it's basically the entirety of NATO. Okay, I get it. Yeah, you're... cosplaying as NATO. Not cosplaying, role-playing. I have been to Brussels once. I did not see the NATO headquarters, but I did go to the all the EU institutions. Brussels is fun, but it's very ugly. It's unfortunately the only place in Belgium that I've been to. I've heard Antwerp and Bruges, obviously, are supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. But I would... Unless, you're a NATO simp or, an EU nerd, I would say Brussels probably isn't worth visiting. Unless, you live nearby. And I wouldn't go out of your way to visit Brussels. But it's cool that it's a highly international city. People from all over the world, because you have all those international institutions there. Okay. Fixed. But, yeah, today, in New York, we had our first good weather in, a while. This is also 6 pixel. That's alright. Those eyes are good. They're just a little bit too thick. But yeah, it was 66 degrees and sunny today. What is 66 Fahrenheit in Celsius? It was 19 degrees Celsius here today. 66 Fahrenheit. Huge news, please look it up. What news? SP Gaming. Geography nerd, welcome. Hate being hot and cold, you're against your Goldilocks. I prefer winter to summer and spring. But I was getting tired of the cold here. But today, being the first good day, first nice day, there were so many people outside in the city. And I already felt claustrophobic. So, I don't like sharing public space with so many people, if that makes sense. Alright, let's do the lines. So, gray on top. Eyes to, okay. Lines. Let's go 3 pixel. Something like that. I don't want this to be cut off by the burqa. Okay, so these are clean this up. Whoops, I want to erase that. What software am I using? I draw in Photoshop. What city do you live in? I live in New York. Here, average temperature today was 45 Celsius. Oh, you live out in the sun? Jesus. Where do you live? 45 Celsius? It's 113 Fahrenheit. $45. That's insane. Is it like the Middle East or like Arizona or something? Geography nerd, you live an hour away from New York? Cool. Neighbors. There's a good like 40 million people that live an hour away from New York. In Perth is a heat wave all summer. Yeah. I've heard Perth is like the most isolated major city in the world. Perth and Honolulu. Average temperature of Paraguay. Yeah, bros living on Venus. You beg for 35 degrees or less in Perth. SP Gaming lives on the sun. Okay, so let's merge these. Merge them with the background. Now we can do the red. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that yet. Let's do the red. Palestine flag. Something like that. Now we clean it up. Make it pixel perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, so the other book that I'm reading right now is another sci-fi novel called Blindsight by Peter Watts. He is a Canadian author. I think it was written in 2006. And it is a first contact story. Humanity making first contact with aliens. I am about 40% of the way through it. And I like it a lot more than Roadside Picnic. But, there are some parts about it that I don't like so far. It's got a lot of, like, techno-babble in it. You know, kind of like in Star Trek. But, like, it goes overboard. You know, Star Trek tempered it when they needed to. And then it has vampires in it, which I think is super stupid. And I can't really get past that. I think it's an incredibly stupid thing that he added to the book. So, it takes place on this ship with, like, 5 human crew, an AI, and a vampire is, like, the commander, the captain of the ship. And it's so dumb. It's the only part of the book that I just absolutely have no sympathy for him adding. You know? I think what he wanted to do, it seemed like, was, oops. It seemed like he wanted to add, like, an evolutionary step beyond current humans. But then he just made them vampires. And, like, genuinely vampires. Like, he calls them vampires. They're super dumb. But, the rest of the novel so far is really good. I like it. And I've heard that the ending is, it like blows your mind. So that's why I picked it up in the first place. So I don't know that I want to give a recommendation about a book that I haven't finished yet. But if you're looking for something to read, sci-fi, go ahead and try Blind Sight by Peter Watts. Maybe I should make a book YouTube channel. Where do I post this comic? I am going to post this comic on the Reddit Polandball community. So reddit.com/r/Polandball. You can see in the bottom right of the stream, I put the link to it there. Do I like Arthur C. Clarke's 2001? I read 2001 and 2010 as a kid, and I think they kind of went over my head because I was too young. I didn't quite understand. I've seen 2001, the film, and 2010. 2001, like the Stanley Kubrick film, is one of, I think, the best films ever made. I wouldn't say it's one of my personal favorites, but it is a fantastic film. And the general concept of like the monolith and all of that is really cool. I do like the general story, the premise for 2001. 2010, I don't remember as well. I'd never read 3001, and it looks like there's 3060. I haven't read that one either. Vampires didn't even say it's Morbid time. It came out like a couple decades before Morbius, which I thankfully have not seen. Alright, let's merge these layers. White in the middle. Oops. You know what? I think the green here can be up a little higher. I haven't read as much Arthur C. Clarke as I should have. I've never read Rendezvous with Rama, and a lot of people consider that like one of the best science fiction novels ever made. My dad loves that book. I should read it. And then what's the other one? That's the big one I haven't read. But I read Songs of Distant Earth and Childhood's End. Both of those were good. I thought I really liked Songs of Distant Earth, but I think that's sort of, I think it's one of his underrated books. I don't think a lot of people would consider it one of his better ones, but I like the concept of essentially like the solar system is dying and the sun's going to go nova or something, and humanity has to send out like these colony ships at sublight speeds. They won't reach various other stars and potentially planets for thousands of years. So they need to freeze like human embryos and then have like an AI or robot sort of fertilize the eggs when they reach a distant planet, like a habitable planet. And then the AI serves as like the teacher for the first generation of humans that are born on that world. It's a really cool novel. I really like the ideas in it, but it's not considered one of his best books. And then Childhood's End is one of his more famous ones, probably one of his most famous ones. And I won't give away the twist, but it's an alien contact book, and it's very well written, and like the actual, it's not really a twist, but it's more of like a reveal, is very powerful in that book. It's very, very good. So that one I think is solid. Should we have a Netflix Polandball show? If people like me had creative control, yeah, that'd be awesome. Do I like Interstellar? Yeah, Interstellar is one of my favorite movies. Great movie. The, what's it called? The soundtrack to Interstellar is great. Hans Zimmer. Okay, I'll draw the baby last. Let's draw the Burka. Whoops, not Burke. It's Q, not a K. All right, let's draw the Burka. Let's do a blue just so I can sort of see it. It'll be something like this. Let's do 2 pixels so I can actually fill it in. Okay. Oppenheimer? I have not seen Oppenheimer. There's a lot of Nolan films I haven't seen. I have to watch Oppenheimer. I haven't seen Tenet, although I've heard that one isn't very good. There's a lot of Nolan films I haven't seen. My favorites... My personal favorite is Interstellar of Nolan's movies. You can't go wrong with the Dark Knight trilogy. Those are fantastic movies. But I'm not really big on superheroes. Although I do like Batman because his superpower is that he's rich, he's rich and he knows karate. And then The Prestige. I think The Prestige is the best of his films that I've seen, but I haven't seen all of them. But it's not my favorite just because he made Interstellar and I like sci-fi, so Interstellar is my favorite Nolan movie. Okay, now Burka. What we're gonna do is take this gray. Oops. Actually, no, I guess we can merge it, and then I'll take this gray again. Oh, okay, I have to fix that. I see. That black needs to be gray. Now the blue needs to be black. Fill all this in. Yeah, I wish there were more hours in the week. Because I spend a lot of time streaming now, and it's fun. But when you commit even an hour or two to streaming most nights, you don't have a lot of time to do other things. Because I have a full-time job. I work out 3 times a week. I try and go for a daily hour and a half, 2-hour walk. So it's kind of hard to find the time to do things that, play video games, for example. I don't play nearly as many video games as I did even a month ago or 2. And then I don't only want to draw things for stream because I want to draw things for myself. Things that I want to draw. So it's kind of difficult to balance all that. Hopefully I'll get better at it over time. See the bow. You're great at drawing. Thank you. I actually don't think I'm a particularly good artist. I think I get blown out of the water in the Polandball subreddit by a lot of other people. But the great thing is that it's a silly little cartoon medium. And it's all drawn using a mouse in Paint or Photoshop or GIMP or whatever, So it's not like a digital painting. It's not super detailed. Okay, let's get the pink. This is another one of those silly things in Polandball. You don't need to add... We already know the character is female because she's wearing a burqa, but then adding a bow just to reinforce the point. But then on top of that, the bow is on top of the burqa instead of on where the hair would be, Silly. It's kind of the same kind of quirk as sunglasses emoting eyes. All Quiet on the Western Front. I really like that book. I read it, I think, my freshman year of high school. So I was, 14, 13? And I actually, last year, I think I watched the German Netflix remake. And that was good. And I'd watched the original one many, many years ago. I don't remember it at all, but oh, you know what? This should here. The burqa should come down more like it's sort of like flowing down, right? Here. I think I was doing 3 pixel. We'll have to add some shading. I'll add the baby. Last panel should be easy because it's just going to be like the inside of the crate with a bunch of garbage junk food. Petition for Polandball official gang have a Polandball show. You saw one of the comments on one of our animated shorts where they thought of it. What do you mean? Like what kind of show? Like what's the format? I have to draw the baby. It's kind of like dark skies, you know? Maybe blue sky, and then we'll do like a bunch of smoke or something. All right, later, NATO. Thanks for joining. Make it goldfish and Coke. I was gonna do Doritos and Monster Energy drinks, but yeah, I can add like a ton of stuff in there. You know, basically like stuff that's barely edible. Sri Lankan air scandal found Sri Lankan air rented some old broken planes. Because they're cheap, and they're now in $1 million of debt. It's crazy. You're good at making comics. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always just been a hobby, you know? On your last birthday, your dad made you a Polandball cake. You made Poland upside down, like in the comments. That's cool. Never occurred to me that someone would get like a Polandball cake. That's awesome. All right. How do I draw the baby? The baby's gonna be like mostly off screen unless I put him sort of in the middle so that he's moved. Let's just put him in the middle. So that's the swaddle. Let's draw the ball. Oops. I'm also watching, right now I'm watching a YouTube documentary on the Falklands War. I forget what the channel is here. Let me find it. I have it on my iPad. I was watching it while I was making food. Be right back. Yeah, so it's by a YouTube channel named Historygraph with an I instead of a Y. Historygraph. Falklands War. Britain versus Argentina, Falklands War, full animated documentary. It's really cool. I didn't really know like the actual events of the Falklands War besides like the sinking of the General Belgrano and the HMS Sheffield. But it goes into detail about, and it shows the movements of like the British Carrier Task Force, where the British Marines went on the island and stuff like that. It's really good. It's like an hour and a half. Fun fact, Poland's military is higher than Germany. What, as like a percentage of spending on GDP? I mean, Poland's a pretty heavy hitter. So, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. The German armed forces have sort of languished in the post-Cold War era, but they're starting to spend that money again. So we'll do something like this. And let's do the eyes on the baby. Unimpressed eyes. For All Mankind, I watched the first 3 seasons of All Mankind. I think they just, like, the 4th one came out not too long ago, right? Stupidity Stuff, welcome back. I loved the first season of For All Mankind. The second, and especially the 3rd season, I thought were absolute trash. Terrible. Just straight garbage. First season was fantastic. Like, I've never seen, well, I don't know. I can't think of another show that had as big of a drop-off in quality from the first season to the 2nd season. It just blew my mind. It was like I was watching an entirely different show. Why is Polandball in broken English? That's just the way it's always been. For countries and subdivisions or whatever characters where English isn't the majority or official language, those characters speak in broken English. Okay. Let's do the line. The right colors. Behind the ball. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Have I watched any Studio Ghibli movies? I don't think so. Let me see. Princess Mononoke? That's a super famous one, right? I've not watched that, but I recognize that name. Or the title. Howl's Moving Castle? That's what you suggested, 2004? I've not seen that. I don't think I've seen any Studio Ghibli movies. Hold on. What is this? The Wind Rises. This poster looks familiar. Oh, I've seen this. The Wind Rises. A couple of years ago, so I don't remember it very well. But The Wind Rises is a Studio Ghibli film about Jiro Horikoshi, designer of the Mitsubishi A5M fighter aircraft, which is the Zero, I believe. Or no, its successor, the Mitsubishi A6M Zero. The Wind Rises was the highest grossing Japanese film in Japan in 2013. It caused some political controversy and criticism. In Asia, it was met with critical acclaim. Interesting. Yes, I've seen this. This was a good movie. I don't really remember it that well, but I remember enjoying it. The Wind Rises. Have I watched Yellowstone? I've not seen Yellowstone. I've heard about it, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what it's about. Presumably something about Yellowstone. I don't know. Whoops. Okay, we want to do the red lines next. Let's merge all of this. White and then green. Okay. Even the baby is unimpressed. Okay. So this is the swaddle. Let's fix the swaddle. How many pixels was I used for this? 5? 3? Looks like 3. I think it's too erratic up here. Okay. And then, how did I do it in the first panel? It's cute. Oops. Let's do 2 pixel over here. I think I use a black outline and then I use the lighter gray. No, I use a darkish gray for the outline and then a lighter gray for the actual blanket. Like that. Alright, this is the baby. Oh, you know what I'm missing from these? I had on the mother. Had something like that. Let's add some shadows. I like this panel. Opinions on cookies. Who doesn't like cookies? Have I had Culver's better butter burgers? I've never been to a Culver's. I should watch Yellowstone. I'll look it up. I need something to watch. I tried watching the I'm halfway through the live adaptation, Netflix's live adaptation of Avatar: Last Airbender, and I feel like I'm committed at this point. I should just finish it, but I don't like it because it feels very much like I get it. It's a children's cartoon, and it's an adaptation of a children's cartoon, and it feels exactly like a children's cartoon, and I just can't get past that. You know, like there's no blood, there's no like actual death really. They don't really show like it's very cartoony violence. You know, like I'm gonna splash you with water or you know hit you with a rock, and you're just gonna like fall over and then get back up. You know. Everything feels very... there's no weight to any of the actions, you know? There's going to be a full eclipse soon. Yeah. Across North America, right? In April. I don't think it's going to be a total eclipse in New York City, but... let me see. Map is... yeah, so from... like northern Maine all the way down to Texas, it'll be a solar eclipse, total solar eclipse. So I would have to go out to like Buffalo or something. All right, so the major cities where you'll be able to see it: Burlington, Vermont, Buffalo and Rochester, Cleveland, Indianapolis, and Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Albuquerque, Roswell. Roswell's not a big city. Denver, maybe? It looks like no, not Denver. Sorry, Salt Lake City. Yeah, I should go and see it. Did I watch any of the 6 Sharknado movies? No, I watched Piranha 3D, which is in like the same vein, and it was terrible. What I watched Succession. I binge watched Succession earlier this year, and I loved it. I didn't watch it while it was going on live, but I watched all 4 seasons, like shortly after the 4th season ended, like a couple months after. And Succession was great. Super good. If you guys haven't seen that, I recommend it. Let's do some shading. Whoops, that should be black. Let's do 2 pixel. Fill that in. Up here. Okay. Baby. That, and then father. Maybe over here, a little bit of shadow there. Okay. That'll be 45% opacity. All right, I like that. I need to clean up a little bit. This needs to be white. That needs to be white. Needs to be gray. Yeah, looks good. Last clips you remember, it was years ago at your old high school, your old school. I've seen a couple of partial solar eclipses. I've never seen a total solar eclipse. And I've seen a lot of lunar eclipses. I think lunar eclipses are more common because the Earth is bigger than the moon, so it blocks out the sun more often. But yeah, I've never seen a total eclipse. Sharknado's so bad that it circles around back to being good again. Yeah, there are some movies that are fun to watch that are like that, and there are some movies that are straight up just bad and it's not worth watching, even ironically. Alone in the Dark was one of those movies that I thought I would be able to watch ironically and enjoy it, but it was just bad. Seth Edits, welcome. Alright, let's do some clouds, I guess. Let me erase the sky. We'll do some clouds. Not clouds, I guess. It's more like dust and debris and smoke, you know. 45, okay. Clouds 2. Oops. This will also be 45. Clouds 3. Pretty far from my monitor, so it's kind of hard to see all this. Okay, let's try that, and then let's go back to a blue sky. Let's make it less blue. Whoops. Hold on. How am I going to do this? There, that looks a little bit bleaker. Clouds 4. This gray, and then... Whoops. Let's go 45 here. Okay, clouds 2. Clouds 3, duplicate that. 345. I didn't change the opacity on this. Do you think I'm overdoing the clouds? I feel like this is looking okay. Like showing, like it's a war zone, you know? Where's clouds 2? Let's duplicate that. We were at a restaurant once with an American football game on. The entire building started yelling "Woo, pig suey." You're still scared by how loud it was. What is that? Is that like a college football reference? I don't follow either football or college football. All right, I think this is enough clouds and blue. Let's merge all of this. Okay, I think panel 2 is done. We have one more panel. The fun panel. Whoops. You have college cricket? I don't know anything about cricket. I drew at, I think, Socialist Mango's request, a game of cricket between England and India for the sports update segment for Polandball News, but I don't know anything about cricket. You're rooting for the Chiefs because it's closer, not because of Taylor Swift. I am a San Francisco sports team fan, so I was rooting for the Niners. But I don't really follow football, so I didn't really care. Like, I was sad that they lost for like 2 minutes, and then I moved on with my life. Okay, this is looking good. I think maybe we need some, like, cloud over here, actually. Let's make it a little lighter. Maybe even the first panel needs like a bleakness filter, you know? Let's see what that would look like. Just like make it gray, you know? I don't think so. I'm getting another drink. I'll be right back. All right. Forgot to mute my mic. No, I left it on. It's fine. I have a pretty sensitive microphone, so you can hear me if I'm in the kitchen. New Zealand Ball, welcome. All right, what snacks should I put in here? Whoops. I was gonna put Doritos and energy drinks, like Red Bull, Monster. What else should go in here? Third panel. You got something to tell me, go for it. Mountain Dew, yeah, I'll put Mountain Dew in there, that's good. Twinkies. Ate his food, no longer do we the starve. Okay, let's get like the inside of the box. The crate, I guess. Happy eating Cheetos, McDonald's. No, I want it to be like even less substantial than the McDonald's, you know? Like literally just like carbs and energy drinks, because you can't really live off of that, you know? But there are Americans who eat that garbage like almost exclusively. A copy of Madden 24. Just snacks a copy of Madden 24. One hamburger, iPhone 15. America's gonna play cricket in the 2027 Cricket World Cup. Do we have a national cricket team? I mean, I'm sure we do. I just have no idea. Mr. Beast Burger? What's a Mr. Beast Burger? You missed the stream by 15 minutes yesterday. You fell asleep 15 minutes before the stream had started. Oh, you fell asleep at 4:15 a.m. Happy eating Taki. The PS5. It's just a gamer crate. Oh, you know what? Here. This is all going to be covered, right? So it doesn't matter. Actually, you know what this should be? I don't think we even need the crate. It could just be like a top-down view of it, you know? Let's do that. Top-down view. So I can just draw, like, Doritos. Here, make a couple Doritos bags. Here, draw a chip bag. What's the Doritos logo look like? God. Okay. I think I need to make the bag bigger. So it'd be like... It's not going to fit on the screen. So it's a good thing that I'm making this before we get sponsored by Doritos on this channel. I love Doritos. I'm not gonna lie. I never buy them because if I get like a bag of it, I'm just gonna eat it in one sitting. So I never buy them. Because I have no self-control when it comes to Doritos. God, they're so good. Fix the O. It's not bad. Okay. And then behind the logo, do a red one. Do the nacho cheese one. Let's see. There's a triangle like behind the Dorito text. It's black. Let's do green for now, though. Whoops, that was supposed to be green. Let's also pull the text lower. This is a cool song. Okay, so this is the text. Pull it down a bit. Do the triangle. We're gonna do green. So it cuts through the O. This is kind of what it looks like. Should be black. Let's add some... It's supposed to be like red, orange-ish. So I'll add a little bit of different colors here. that. And then it gets like really bright over here. Okay. Now the triangle goes black. Whoops. Okay. That's not bad. I like it. That's pretty good. And I'll add some shading and stuff to it. Did you add a country stick in there as a chip bag? Singapore Doritos. Make the triangle Singapore? Oh, that would have been clever. But it doesn't really fit, you know? Alright, let's do like a Monster Energy drink. Okay. What kind of snacks do you guys like? Like junk food. What kind of junk food do you like? I love chips of like every kind. So I never buy them because I, again, don't have self-control. But Doritos, Nacho Doritos, the Nacho Cheese Doritos, I have to avoid those like the plague. Feels really bad. I have no self-control when it comes to it. Add a Twinkie. Make the monster rectangle. What are the other energy drinks? There's Monster, there's Red Bull. What's that other one? There's another big one that I'm forgetting. I've never had an energy drink in my life. That's not true. I had one sip of Red Bull and I thought it was disgusting. Can't believe that people actually drink this stuff. Pepsi's better than Coke? Wrong. Coke is better than Pepsi. Diet Pepsi is better than Diet Coke. The gap between Coke and Pepsi is not that big, but Coke is better. The gap between Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke is enormous. Diet Coke, it like tastes like dirt. It's disgusting. Funyuns? I don't really like Funyuns. Lay's potato chips, honey barbecue. Oh, those are good. Oh man, I want chips now. Pringles flavored country sticks. All right. Monster is... It's got a green logo. It's an M. Highly stylized M. So stupid. God, I can't believe people actually drink this crap. It has a green top. Like the... What is it called? The thing on top. Like the thumb thing? What is it called? Is it called a thumbnail? I don't know what this is called. Like the can opener part, you know? Looks like this is green. I open it on Google Images. I feel like that should have a black outline. Something like that. That looks terrible. You drink unholy amounts of coffee and you're still tired? Yeah, that's probably why. You don't want to drink too much coffee. Best energy drink? Bob Ross positive energy drink. Pork and bacon? No, I'm not trying to be deliberately offensive like that. The food that is being airdropped into Gaza is all halal. Alright, let's see what the monster text kind of looks like. I'm just going to half-ass it, you know? Monster energy drink. There we go. Okay. It's got a stupid text on it. I probably won't even do this text. Just say it's monster. And it says energy at the bottom. I don't like how I did the tab. That's what it's called, the tab, right? Let's just make it a dark, dark gray. And then maybe a little bit lighter around the rim. All right, Monster Energy, done. What's next? You're like a dog, you can't get fat, you eat and then use the bathroom 2 hours later. That'll change when you get older. Everybody's metabolism slows eventually. And your eating habits don't change as quickly as your metabolism does. It's the hardest part about maintaining a healthy weight, about maintaining a healthy weight as you get older is adjusting your diet. You know, when you're in your teens and your early 20s, you can eat just like a ton of crap. I constantly eat, and you just lose. Like it doesn't matter, you know. Gummy country sticks, Pringles flavored country sticks, drink flavored country sticks. No pork, ham, or bacon. No, I'm not trying to be offensive. Stop suggesting that. 70 pounds healthy? Not for an adult, no. Fruit snacks? I think another Doritos, or maybe like Lay's potato chips. I like the idea of like a PS5 and like a Madden 24 in here or something. I thought that was funny. Doritos, Monster Energy, a PS5, Madden 24. You can't really eat it, but maybe that makes it funnier. I don't know. 70 pounds at 12 years old? I have no idea. That sounds right, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Country sticks, mac and cheese. I think adding more Doritos and like Red Bull and stuff. Here, I'm gonna duplicate this actually. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna do all. Let's do another Doritos bag. We'll do the blue one. Cool Ranch. Half-eaten brownies. Let's do the Cool American is what it's called outside of the U.S., which is super cool. But Cool Ranch Doritos, as they're called in the U.S. and probably Canada, but elsewhere they're called Cool American, which is very flattering. Text. Although, you know, it's an American company, so flattering ourselves. How did I do the I on the other one? Okay, just do a dot. Okay, and we'll make this one blue. Bring the text down a bit, I think. Okay. Whoops. Oh, okay. I have to make the outline. There we go. Oh, no, I don't want to merge it yet. I need to do the triangle, right? Triangle behind the text. Just start with yellow. And it goes through like it's supposed to go through the O. Like that. Here, I can move it down and then... And then, how did I do... What colors did I use here? It's the same colors. Red and then orange inside. Doesn't have to be super accurate, you know, it's just a stupid, silly cartoon. Let's get the red back. And we'll do the yellow on top with like the apex of each of these V's. It's not a bad Doritos logo, to be honest. For like super half-assing it. I think it's pretty good. Okay. All right, the logo or the text. Back over here. Let's merge this. Okay, now we need to erase this part. Whoops. All right, now it's blue. Okay, cool. All right, now we add like a Red Bull or something. What does Red Bull's Red Bull can look like? Bio, welcome. Country 6. Listen to your food ideas. I want to do like actual, you know, American junk food. You know? The joke here is that, like, I mean, it's a pretty self-explanatory show. You know, drop food aid, but the food is all fucking junk food. Garbage. This is a pretty solid comic so far. I like it. Let's do Red Bull. Monster. Red Bull. Doesn't have to be super detailed. I keep saying that, but then I put a little bit more detail into it than I need to. You know? Alright, Red Bull is dark blue-ish on the corners. Let's go this, and then it's more like a... Let me see if I could use the eyedropper. Just enter it. Ah, whatever. I'll approximate it. That looks pretty close, actually. Yeah, energy drinks are super gross. I can't drink them. Like, I genuinely like the taste of coffee, so it's easy for me to get caffeine. Let's do 2 pixel actually for the text. I had 2 coffees today. Normally get a coffee when I go out for a walk. It looks like there's a sun in the middle. Or something. And then you got the bulls. Those are bulls. They look like ticks. Alright, and then it's like silver. Down here, it's also silver. And then it turns into the blue over here. This band. Okay. I don't know. I'm still debating whether or not I should have the Madden 24 copy of Madden 24 in there. I think that would be funny, but I'm not sure. Birds before Red Bull existed couldn't fly because they didn't have wings. True. They were dinosaurs back then. You say y'all and ain't, you like sweet tea? You're in Arkansas, right? Southern boy. You like that even wee baby Palestine isn't impressed? Nice extra detail. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I do like the background. It's bleak, but necessary, I think, since they're looking down into the crate. So, put McDonald's. So, here's the thing. Fast food and junk food, I think, are two separate categories. I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me on this, but I think things like Doritos, energy drinks, like soda, fast food is not healthy, but I don't think it's like... There is some nutritional value in it, right? Like, if you get McDonald's, you're getting protein when you're eating a burger, right? You know, you can get, like, a salad or something. Doritos are, like, an unholy sort of creation that spits in God's face, you know? It's just, like, it's not real. You know, like, nothing about Doritos are real. Does that make sense? And I feel like the same thing with energy drinks. I feel like energy drinks are like battery acid. Like, these things aren't real. I don't know. Maybe I'm not explaining it well. But junk food, I think, is one tier above... Fast food, I think, is one tier above junk food. Like, what I'm drawing here. Sounds like Coke. There's some nutritional value in fast food. We can disagree. It won't be the end of the world. I don't know. Like, there's no nutritional value in Red Bull or Monster Energy drink. Any kind of energy drink. It's garbage. Like, you should not drink them ever. You know? Doritos, similarly, you get nothing out of it. Absolutely nothing. You're making a comic in which Brazil plays pretend where bricks own America and America is so confused why he's playing with dolls. Why is he playing with dolls? Sam. Let's put Twinkies. I like that. Box of Twinkies. Have you guys ever had Twinkies? I don't like Twinkies. I've never thought they were good. I don't know if they have them... Like, I don't know how widespread they are outside of the United States, but Twinkies are... They're not good. Like, even for what they are, they're not good. He's pretending that Bricks is owning America / beating America. Joke being that Bricks isn't real. I don't understand. You'd have to, like... I'd have to actually see it. Madden in the background. I don't know. I don't like Twinkies. I like Ho-Hos. Or Ho-Hos? Is that what they're called? Ho-Hos, yeah. Hostess cupcakes. I don't know. I felt like Twinkies always felt like moist, kind of. I don't know. I've never liked Twinkies. Okay, let's draw the Twinkies. Let's pull this down here, and then I'll draw in red the logo, the text. It's okay so far. Do they have Twinkies in Australia, Bio? Do you have like Hostess treats? You've heard of Twinkies thanks to American media, but no, they're not available down here. You have to import them. Okay, all right. I lived in London for a year, and I was able to find a lot of American snacks and stuff, like junk food, in the American section of a lot of supermarkets, because there are a lot of American expats that live in London. But like in the normal part of the grocery store, they wouldn't have it. They would be like exclusively in the American sections. Things like peanut butter. Peanut butter is apparently like a very American thing. Do you guys have peanut butter in Australia? Is that a big thing? Peanut butter is like a very, very normal American, like American staple. Like everybody has peanut butter in their house, you know? Apparently that's unheard of in places like the UK. I imagine they've got peanut butter in Canada. Canada is culturally like really, really similar to the US, so. Your sister's obsessed with Japan and its food. Japan's got great food. I'm not a huge fan of sushi, but I love ramen. Alright, let's see how we do this K. Sort of curves up. Okay, Twinkies. And it's a yellow... It's like a yellow cake treat. That's not yellow, that's like puke green. It's like a yellow cake with a cream filling in it. They're actually kind of gross. I don't like Twinkies. Alright, and then it's kind of, it's got like a line behind the, here, do like a, box is kind of like this. The text needs a white stroke around it, and then a drop shadow. I'll do the stroke. Oh, that's not right. Stroke around the Twinkies. Get white. Let's fill this in as like just green for now. And then I need to do like something of a shadow around the text. I think the easy way of doing it... Oh, no. What's the best way of doing this? If I just do a... No. Okay, I think I know how I'm going to do this. Instead of using the drop shadow tool, because I don't think that's technically allowed in Polandball, I'm just going to do this instead. I'm going to draw black around it, or behind it. And then I will use the, I'll change the opacity. That should work. Strict rules we've got in Polandball. For the good of the medium. Twinkies. What are some, if you guys live in countries outside of the United States, I'm curious what some of your, like, most well-known snacks are. Like junk food. Like, what do you guys like? This is going to come out really well, I can tell. All right, back to the Twinkies layer. Now I make this. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, cool. Now the Twinkies layer, let's do a couple of like lighter blue, something like this. $45. Maybe not quite like that. And then sort of like over here. Why is this not showing up? Whatever, it's not a big deal. Should I put the Hostess logo? Shit, I guess I should. Spending a lot of time drawing a goddamn Twinkies box. No, it should be white on the inside. In Brazil, Molino Ana Maria is Brazilian Twinkies. Thank you for drawing the Twinkies. You appreciate it. You're welcome. It was a good suggestion. You like watermelon, gummy Sour Patch Kids, as well as things like donuts and donut holes. I totally agree. I love gummy candies. Watermelon gummies are so good. Like the Sour Patch watermelons. Ugh. Canada, you have ketchup flavored chips. Disgusting. Should nuke Toronto. How do I feel knowing there have been 32 streams of this channel? Have there been 32 already? That's crazy. Careful with those advanced effects. Yeah, that's why I got rid of the drop shadow, and I just drew it instead. You never eaten a Twinkie? What are they like? Twinkies are gross. I mean, some people like them because obviously they sell. But it's like it's a cake with a cream filling in it. It's very moist. Like, I don't know, they're really gross. I don't like Twinkies. Okay, and then we put the Hostess. But yeah, if you've never tried Twinkies, I don't recommend them. You're not missing out on anything. It might be worth like trying one just to say that you've done it, but like it's not, they're not good. So don't worry about it. It has a little red heart above over here. Let's make it we'll put a shadow behind it. Where's the shadow effect that I did? There it is. This side. Half of this is going to be obscured by one of the Doritos bags anyway, so I don't know why I'm drawing all this, but I am. It's my Twinkies box. Not great, not terrible. It's like 8 layers just to draw a Twinkies box. What am I doing with my life, man? Twinkies. Fill all this in. Where I just draw Twinkies. Whoops. Let's do that. Twinkies there. Put the monster over here. Okay. Red Bull. Monster. You can make a live stream special, call out of context. What did I say this time? Burning hatred toward Twinkies is insane. I mean, they're not great, man. Let's be honest. Add a couple more things, then I can be done with this. I don't need to add a ton of stuff, which is just like disgusting, sort of inedible food. Opinions on chocolate milk? I love chocolate milk. Alright, I'm gonna Google American junk foods. What am I missing? 25 most popular snacks in America ranked worst to best. Snickers, Ritz crackers, Pringles, Hershey's. Hershey's is terrible. Have you guys ever had Hershey's chocolate? It's garbage. Planters peanuts. Starburst. I like Starburst. M&M's. I'm not a huge fan of M&M's. Sour Patch Kids. Love those. Cheez-Its. Love Cheez-Its. Hostess cupcakes, don't like. Ruffles, I love. Kit Kats, I think are okay. Doritos, love them. Chips Ahoy, not good. Lay's chips, good. Cheetos, I loved Cheetos as a kid, but I feel like they're not that great. I like Cheese Puffs, but I don't like Cheetos. Oreos, love me some Oreos. You guys have to have Oreos in other parts of the world, right? Those are like pretty iconic. Dunking Oreos in milk, so good. Fritos, I don't like Fritos. They're kind of boring. Trail Mix, I love Trail Mix. I actually have a bag in my pantry. Tostitos, I think are, I don't know. They're a vessel for salsa and guac, you know. Goldfish, I love Goldfish. Almond Joy is disgusting. Why is this number 4? This is ranked the 4th best snack in America. Almond Joy, disgusting. Chex Mix, I love. Reese's, I love. God, Reese's are so good. Kettle Chips, number 1. Interesting. They're good. I don't know that I'd put them as number 1. Snickers are delicious. Best type of chocolate when you're feeling down. I don't like Snickers, man. Hershey's are only okay on s'mores. Other than that, they ain't too good. Yeah, I agree. You only ever use Hershey's for s'mores. Normal Oreos or golden Oreos? Double stuff. Your uncle likes Almond Joy? Don't trust him. No, what is wrong with you guys? Almond Joy is terrible. You guys are crazy. Almond Joy is straight garbage. I can't believe it's number 4. These all came out really well. These look like these are pretty good at approximations of chips or snacks rather. Let's do just like a generic Lay's potato chips. All right, it's a yellow background. Logo. Get some red. Let's see the text for Lay's. I think these are called Walkers in other parts of the world, outside of the US. Like in the UK, they're called Walkers chips. Maybe it's like that. Is it like that in Australia, Bio, if you're still there? Are these called Walker's chips? Best candy is Rice Krispies. Ooh, I love Rice Krispies. I can't remember the last time I've had Rice Krispies. Reese's is great too, almost addictive. Yeah, Reese's are so good. Kothu is the best food in Sri Lanka. Let me look it up. Sri Lankan chicken Kothu roti. Kothu roti, Sri Lankan dish consisting of chopped roti, a meat curry dish of choice, along with scrambled egg, onions, and chilies. This looks amazing. Kothu. I'm gonna have to get some of this. I've never had it. When you're on a trip, do you go to a local restaurant or a bigger place? Always local restaurant. Sometimes, it's worth trying like a chain that's famous in that country, right? Like, if I was visiting the United States as a non-American, I would want to try some of like the bigger fast food chains that didn't exist in my country, right? So like, if I'm living in France or something and I visit the US, I wouldn't go to a McDonald's or a Burger King or a Taco Bell or whatever, because you have those in France. I would want to go to like a Five Guys, not a Five Guys, an In-N-Out or something, you know? Something that's really only in the US, but is popular in the US. Whataburger. In Brazil, it's Lay's. Alright. Lay's potato chips. Yeah, I'm going to add the Madden 24. I like that idea. I think that's a solid idea. Is there apostrophe in Lay's? Yeah. These are the chips. Classic. Whoops. Merge these. This is Lay's. Okay, that's good. We have room for like 3 or 4 more things. What else should I put on this? Chick-fil-A is good. Chick-fil-A is fine. Like, I don't know. People play it up. You never saw KFC or Chick-fil-A or Tim Hortons? I've been to Tim Hortons a few times. There are certain places in the US, like if you're close to the Canadian border, like in Buffalo, New York, they have Tim Hortons. It's not that great. It's just like, I think Canadians, it's like a point of pride for Canadians because it's like one of their biggest chains, if not their biggest. And it's ostensibly not American. I think isn't it owned by Burger King now, or Timmy's bought Burger King, or Burger King bought Timmy's, something like that. Makes them upside down. No, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not supposed to be accurate. Like, yes, obviously they would all be jumbled up in a food crate. But the point I want to make here is that it's just a bunch of junk food. KFC is good. I like KFC. I think KFC is the most widespread American fast food in China. I think that might be it's either their biggest or their second biggest market after US. Like, there are more KFCs in China than I think there are McDonald's, which is very strange. Because in most countries that have American, like, fast food chains, McDonald's is almost always the most popular. You went to Tim Hortons in Winnipeg and it was crowded as fuck? Oh yeah, I have to add Madden. Okay. Madden 24. I don't know how I'm gonna draw a football player. Madden 24. It is a good idea. Okay. Let's do this. This will be Madden 24. Oops. Let's try it again. And then I can move the energy drinks elsewhere. That is actually pretty funny. Like, if US is dropping, you know, food supplies, and there's just a copy of... There's a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 copy of Madden in it. That's pretty good. Let's look at a PS5 copy. Let's bring this down. Madden 24. I have never liked sports games. NFL Blitz for the N64 was probably my favorite sports game ever. Because it was kind of like, you had power-ups and stuff like that. It made it a lot different from like a realistic game, you know? A realistic sports game. See the text and the logo. I don't know that I can draw the PS logo. Open image, new tab. Madden 24, PS5. Okay, so the S is kind of like... Let's go down to 2 pixels. Kind of like that, and then here. Okay. And then PS5. Okay. Let's do like a light gray background, I guess. We'll draw like a ball with a football helmet. John Madden. John Madden. Here, let's do the text differently. I'm already making it too big. I'll have to redo the M. I think I made the M way too big. E. Yeah, I made the M too big. Maybe even the E is too big. Let's redo the M. Oops. Okay, that's good. Now let's move the 24 up. Whoops. Let's copy that and then erase this part. Madden 24. Okay, it needs like the NFL shield or whatever, right? To blue. And in red, it says NFL. And then it's got a little bit of, okay, it should be a darker blue actually. The top part is blue. It's supposed to have a football. I'm probably not going to draw that. I'll just do this. There's like stars and there's a football. Okay. All right, let's draw the ball. This is our football player. Who's on the cover of Madden 24? Is it a specific person or is it just like a generic football player? New Buffalo ball for Josh Allen. He's he's the quarterback for the Bills, right? Echo was like Rocket League, but with discs and no cars. I love Rocket League. Great game. Blitz, the most violent football game. Being extra American tonight, Blitz is great. Did they ever do a remake or like a sequel? I did draw Sri Lanka in my first stream. First or second. Just draw America ball with John Madden's haircut. I can't draw a ball with hair, unfortunately. It just has to be like, I don't know, maybe I just draw a football, actually, instead of a character. Just draw a football. That is not the best football, but it's fine. Give it some laces. And make it brown. And then a dark brown for sort of the line that goes, that bisects it, right? Good enough. That's our Madden cover. Let's do a bit of shading, actually, on this. Let's merge that. Let's make this like a light blue. Like a bluish white background. You know, I don't have to draw like the actual cover. Might be a little hard to read since it's white. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little hard to read. Just go with that. This is Madden. Where do I put it? Here, maybe? Yeah. Do the Red Bull here. Monster Energy. I put here. I can fill the right above the Twinkies with just like red or something. I have room for like one thing on the right. What should I put on the right? Last call. Thanks for using one of your ideas. Yeah, no worries. See you, One Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna end streaming soon. Anyway, so honestly, you're not a big American football fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan either. I don't think it's a good spectator sport. My hot take. Football, like American football, is fun to play. Like in a pickup group, it's very fun to play. But I don't think it's fun to watch. There's too much downtime, you know? Starbucks coffee. No, I want it to be junk food. And the Madden 24 was a good thing to throw in as well. Starbucks coffee with Palestine's name spelled wrong. That would be... Yeah, like Goza or something. Guza. It could work. Dr. Pepper. Oh, we want to do Mountain Dew. You can't... Yeah, you can't not do Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is absolutely vile. Okay, we'll do Mountain Dew. We'll do like a box of Mountain Dew. God. Have you guys had Mountain Dew? Does Mountain Dew exist outside of the United States? What's your idea for the baby, SB Gaming? Michigan has the biggest stadium in the world, University of Michigan football. God, Mountain Dew is so vile. This is the worst soda. M. T. N. And then Dew is in red. Ugh. I'm getting grossed out just thinking about Mountain Dew. It's so bad. do a little bit of eraser tool here. Whoops. You know what? Let's just redo. Okay, and then it's got like a white background. Let's erase this real quick. Do white background around the text. Do square, I guess. Square of white. Then needs to have a black outline behind it. And it's gross green. Mountain Dew. Huh. Okay, that's good. All right, and then this. Okay, I think I can merge like all of this actually. Let's merge all of this, and then up here, I'll just make this like a purple or something, I don't know. It's sort of off screen, so you don't have to tell what it is. Still live, yeah. How long have I been streaming? 2.5 hours. It hasn't felt that long. Remember to drop a like on the stream. It's been a pretty good stream, I think. You guys are the judge. And then I'll just do shading on all these snacks. This is a pretty good comic, right? I think this is good. I like this. I'm gonna post this tomorrow morning. Maybe here, I'm gonna split these panels actually. I want a little bit more room between them. See how like the second and the third panel, they sort of blend together in like, what is it? So because the second and third panel are connected, it kind of looks like they're looking into the box, even though the third panel is a separate panel. So I think I need to have like a buffer, like a white buffer between each of the panels. So I'm going to do that. Man to the max. This comic is amazing. Glad you could be part of it. Thank you. You were the one who suggested the Twinkies, right? My stream is free therapy. Should I be charging? Damn, man, I could use therapy. Okay, 3 pixel. I'm doing 3 pixel borders. And how many pixels is this? 17 or so. Zoom in here. Yeah, I have to eat dinner. It's 10:30 and I haven't eaten dinner yet. This is panel 3, I think. Yeah. This is panel 2. So now I can fill this in and then sort of erase everything behind them and then move them around. 3 pixel borders, panel 2, up top. What was your idea, SB Gaming? You wanted the baby to say something, right? I kind of like how it ends now. Like, I'm a big fan of letting letting art speak for itself, you know? Instead of adding text to explain like what the joke is to the viewer, right? Like, I think comics are funnier when you know, you realize it on your own, like what the punchline is without being spoon-fed it. Drew should read this comic? No. I don't want him to use my content. I drew this. You should tell his viewers to come here instead. He doesn't make any original content. Any original Polandball content. We do. Alright. Let's do... just so that I get the panel dividers right. I'm going to do maybe 20 pixel dividers. Looks like that's perfectly 45 pixels, actually. Okay, let's do that. Panel 3. Whoops. Let's bring panel 3 so it just hits that. Perfect. Now, panel 2, I erase this. Let's merge these. All right, let's do some shading on all the snacks. Let's do some shading on this bag. Something like that. On the Twinkies box, I don't know, something like this. Doesn't have to be super accurate at all. Shading there. Shading here. A little bit on the Red Bull. Kind of like... Oops. All right, have I missed anything? Maybe a little bit on the Mountain Dew. Let's like over here. Okay. 45% opacity. Perfect. Good enough for me. Ate its food, no longer do we the starve. Foomp. I like this. This is good. I'm happy with this comic. I'm going to crop it and then save it, and I will be done with it. I will post this in the r/Polandball subreddit tomorrow morning, US East Coast time. Unless Aaron or Oscar already post something. Crop that. This is a solid comic. I really like this. Took a lot longer than I thought it would, but it came out better than I was planning. Whoops. Zoom all the way in. All the pixels. All right. That is it. Let me see. All the borders are right. It's missing a border on the right side, looks like. Let's do three pixel border on the right. Or no, it's got it. Okay. Yeah, it looks right. Pretty good. I like it. Jacob Hendrickson. I don't know if... I mean, I guess if you follow Drew Durnall, we're not a fan of him on this channel because he steals people's content from the Polandball subreddit without getting express permission from them. So he's basically making money off of other people's work. So I would appreciate if instead you tell people in his community to come to our channel and watch original content. We have all of the OG Polandball people. We've been making these comics for 13 plus years. You'd be very hard pressed to find someone who's been making these comics longer than us. So, no, don't apologize. Not everybody knows. He's a much bigger channel. We don't want, to sort of emulate the kind of stuff that he's done. So, yeah, I mean, we're trying to be like the premier country ball / Polandball content YouTube channel. So, he only started crediting creators after people made us think about it, but he still doesn't ask for permission to use those comics in the first place. He shows my comics in his videos, and he's never once asked me if it's okay for him to use my comics. And the answer is no. I wouldn't give him permission to. He doesn't ask for permission. He just puts the person's picture or the person's username. But there's a difference there. But I mean, I get that people watch him because of his reacts to Polandball content. But again, we're trying to do something similar here, but we want to do it the right way. We want to make sure that we get the artists' express permission to show things on stream or in our videos, and that's what we've done thus far. And then that'll never change. So I show my comics on stream and on in our videos. We show Dick Rhino's, Aaron's, because they're all involved with the channel. Will I stream again? Yes, I stream most days for a couple of hours. U.S. East Coast evening time, 6:30-ish. And I try and do a 1 to 2 hour Saturday morning stream, U.S. East Coast time. So I'm going to end there for tonight because it's been nearly 3 hours and I need to eat. This was a fun stream for me. I hope you guys had a good time. One last plug to like the stream, chat. And I will probably stream tomorrow, maybe briefly. I'm not sure, but probably. I hope everybody has a great upcoming week, and I will see you in the next one. And thank you for joining, Jacob. Appreciate it.